That'll be the intro.
Oh, yeah. My hair looks fucking great.
Dude, that hairline. I'm so jealous. Is your hairline good?
See ya.
That's not bad.
It ain't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a world of hurt in the future coming, I can tell.
Whoa. My dad's got a full head of hair still.
Well, it skips a generation. My dad is bald as fuck.
My grandpa's got a full head of hair, kind of.
Do you take finasteride or anything? No. Oh, you're so
He's got a
lucky,
nice
dude.
beard, though, doesn't he? Both of you guys do.
Yeah, yours is trimmed nicely.
Isn't it weird when you start to grow a beard how you notice other people's beards now?
I trimmed mine last night.
Dude.
Yours is just like a subtle red
I trimmed it
hue.
last night.
Shadow. It's a shadow.
It's like an orange hue on his face.
Yeah, and I kind of like that.
And like honestly, when
I could never. That's too long for me.
It's too long for me. Yeah.
What do you like? Probably just trimmed it.
That's what she said.
Sex.
joke.
Yeah, let's go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Pod Gods. We've got a huge guest.
Massive
Guest.
Huge.
Huge. Tyler Miller of the Tyler Miller team.
Thank you. For all the people that are way behind the camera watching,
Audience,
calm down.
Sit down.
Calm down. I'll sign autographs later.
You guys can't hear them, but they're there.
I'll put it in post.
Yeah. No, but thanks for having me.
Yeah, of
super
course.
excited to be here. I've been watching what you guys are doing, and it's been super fun just to kind of see this taking off. And I mean, he's got a cool light now. It says Pod Gods. It's
official.
It's official. That's why.
Official.
It's like when you become friends on Facebook. Like it's now we're friends.
Yeah.
When you have a
100%.
sign that says your podcast name on it, like you're legit.
Yeah,
So
we're it.
Did you guys ever, like, in high school, people would put, like, it's complicated?
Yeah.
But did you ever do that with any,
I never did.
What are you talking about?
like,
On
the
Facebook?
relationship status?
It could be. It's
Dude,
complicated.
I got Facebook like 8 months ago.
That's true. When I hired him, it was a scary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I don't really have a Facebook account. I'm like,
Not yet.
what now?
I have like 800 friends now, so
You're so popular.
Bragging. Jeez.
No, but it's funny you asked that. I never had the It's Complicated because I literally have been with my wife since before Facebook was a thing.
I was going to ask.
Isn't it crazy?
How old are you?
36.
36.
Old.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you met
could
your
have just
wife.
said old.
Old.
Yeah.
How old are you guys? Like, I know you're 21. Jake,
34.
34. See? That's
Yeah.
what's-
Yeah. 30-year-olds.
He's got the mid-30s, like, probably
Great.
back issues. And,
Oh, dude.
Dude. Like,
Catch me tying my shoes in the morning. Bro.
Dude, putting on socks?
Stop. You're
What's
giving me
happening?
anxiety.
Do you guys want to see how I put on socks? Can I show you?
Please. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we see
I got to
that?
move this because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. I'm telling you. This is what you have to look forward to, okay? So for everybody's into feet, here you go. But okay.
Take a picture of that right now.
Got it.
So a normal
Foot finder.
POV.
A normal person would do this, right? They have the two thumbs,
Yep.
Yes.
and then they lean over like this.
Yeah, look,
dude.
you just did it.
It's hurting my back watching
I
you
can
do
tell
that.
you that right now I'm very flexible because I'm already going. But if you wake up in the morning,
Stiff.
you ain't that flexible. So here's me. I
Stiff.
do these two fingers, middle and
You got to go
pointer finger.
four-finger total.
Yep.
Second knuckle.
And you do this.
Ooh.
That's how you
Oh.
do it when you get old.
Is that
'Cause you
the-
can't bend over. You do this. I'm telling you. Get ready. It's coming.
I have to put my leg up on here to dude.
See, but then see.
I
Yeah.
have short legs, long torso, and it's
Yeah.
just
But it's for me. It's like I feel like my gut gets in the way when I do that. And
But
that's-
you're down weight.
I am. So maybe one day I'll be able to put on socks like a 21-year-old again.
Oh.
goals.
I don't put
You
on
gotta
socks.
Yeah, you've been doing the
75
hard?
days. He's been hard for 75 days.
God, that must be nice.
So hard, bro.
yeah,
He's
Yeah. We are
elevated.
This is day 56.
Oh,
that's
75
insane.
horde. And yeah, like I think you could make it like really hard.
Go on.
Yeah.
I want to hear.
We're not going to get through this podcast. You could make it really hard if you did like a really strict diet, like so before this I was doing keto, which is
Yikes.
It's hard. Like that's harder than what I'm doing now in my opinion. But 75 hard is cool because you can kind of like customize it a little bit to what you want. It says follow a diet. It doesn't say follow like a strict diet, count your macros, whatever. So like you choose a diet, you stick to it. We chose clean eating. With like a little caveat, like I can have one caribou a week,
Nice.
which before I was having like 4 or 5.
day.
Like, it was not good. And so like since
And
starting
no alcohol, right?
and yeah, so there's
That's awesome.
that rule you can't flex on. There's
Yeah.
no alcohol. You have to work out twice a day. The workouts could be, I mean, honestly, it could be like a meditation if you're just like, because working out 7 days in a row with no break
Fuck yeah, that's brutal.
is like kind of a lot. Like
I
you're
do it 75 days in a row without a break.
well, but that's what it ends up being. But like a normal, like when we're trained in the gym, hey, workout, then you have a rest day, right? Like there's no
6
rest
days,
day.
yeah.
There's no rest day in this, so it's like some days you just need to go for 2 walks versus hitting the gym. Or like yesterday, I did a walk and a Peloton ride, but the day before, I didn't get home till 9 p.m. Me and my wife went and walked for an hour and a half around our block. Like,
How did it start? Like when you first started, was it like, yes, let's freaking go, I'm pumped, and then has it kind of like, you're like, I'll go for a half walk today?
The stages,
yeah.
So yeah, right away we were super pumped. I had been kind of struggling with keto because like I love bread.
Oh, yeah.
I love carbs. I love all that stuff. And so like to deprive myself of that, and then I was seeing results right away, and then it just kind of, I don't know,
Plateaued.
Yeah. And so I was just like, this is not good. And I was eating a lot of replacement type of things. Like they make these little Reese's peanut butter cups that are like one carb,
keto friendly type
but it's like it's filled with
sugar. And
so many different chemicals and things to like make it taste good. So I just felt like it probably wasn't a super healthy option, and people told me that. They're like,
Yeah.
hey. But so then when we were like, I just want to kind of be done with that, and then I knew a couple people that had done 75 hard and like loved it. So Dustin Van Camp, he's a business partner of ours.
DVC.
He had just done one with his wife, and I think that's also really important. Like if you're married and you do 75 hard and your spouse isn't doing it, like you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because like it's a commitment. I mean, for me to spend an hour and a half working out every single day, if she wasn't also doing that, I could see it being a problem.
For
You know?
sure.
I never even thought about that.
So yeah, like when you first start, I was jacked, right? And then you get to like, it's like day like 35, day 30. I remember that week being kind of like, like I was still doing it. I didn't lose sight of it or anything, but it just wasn't as thrilling because in your mind you're like, day 30, I'm gonna have like an 8-pack.
I feel like that's the most important part of the day 75 or 75 hard, because you're so motivated at first, but then once you push through those days where you don't want to do it,
Yeah.
you kind of like train your brain to be like, I'm going to do this even though I don't feel like doing it.
Right. Yeah. And like, so right now it's like, it's second nature. And I think we did a good job. Like right off the bat, we involved our kids. We told our kids like, cause we had soccer yesterday, right? Every other parent's bringing their kids to Dairy Queen. And my kids are like, why can't we go to Dairy Queen? I'm
Got
like,
broccoli sprouts at home.
right. Yeah. I'm like, well, you guys, what our commitment is. We have 20 more days. And it's not like we haven't got them ice cream, but it's just like, normally we would go, I mean, anytime there's a sporting event, we'll go get some fast food or we'll go.
Yeah.
So like, it's been good for the kids to see it.
Have they been eating clean?
They've been, they're eating better.
Yeah.
Like we're definitely not. So one of our things was we're not eating fast food, which for me is literally impossible. So the fact that I have done it for 55 days shows me that I was just a little bitch making excuses my whole life. Right. But
Sure.
but seriously, like
Yeah.
in our industry, especially realtors, we're just constantly running around doing all
Yeah.
that stuff. And it's like,
Convenience.
you just tell yourself like, I don't have time. I need to stop now. And it's just like, I could just wait, or I'm just going to plan appropriately, bring a couple clean granola bars with, or just something to get me through, some sunflower seeds, whatever it is. Dustin Van Camp's thing was beef jerky. He would literally pound through a bag of beef jerky a day.
So good though.
Fucking
I just had some
love
last
beef
night.
jerky.
Yeah. So anyways, I think it's just, we set it up really well. We were involving our kids. We were involving each other. The walks have been, do you guys walk?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I love
Like
walking.
every night with my family.
Never, ever walked.
Really?
Yeah. Like I would never go for a walk really. I mean, we would, but like
Not in the winter though.
Yeah, definitely not in the winter, but like, I don't know. It just hasn't been a thing in my family to like go for a walk. Like my parents never did that. We would do like bike rides maybe once a week or something, right? Growing up. but I think implementing the walk every day, because you have to do an outside workout, and for us, we're just. My wife did a yoga workout one time, and then I squirted her with a squirt bottle out of my
Got her.
Yeah,
my
that's
window upstairs, which was funny.
Got 'em.
But most times it's like we're just going for a walk,
Yeah.
and that's been nice because I mean we're talking, we're solving a lot of like business issues, like because I'll just vent about something and then we talk through it, and like it's been really good.
Yeah.
So that's why Dustin Van Camp did it. He and his wife got to spend more time together, and it built that
Oh.
relationship, more. And he's like, it was like life changing. Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
so that made us want to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, no, golf, walking every time I play
yeah, I'm
golf.
sure.
Right.
Dude, that's a
And
walk.
next time
That's
we
like
go golf,
5
we should
hours.
walk. I'm totally fine walking.
Let's
It's a
do
long
it.
day.
But like
go right
everybody
now.
just grabs a cart. Yeah, let's go right now.
See ya. Thanks for watching, guys.
You
I don't
said
have
the
my
4-letter
clubs. I'll
word
use
to
your
Brady.
clubs.
Yeah, you use my clubs. Yeah,
When you, how many kids do you have?
2,
2. Okay.
Yeah.
How old are they?
Name drop?
7 and 9.
7 and 9.
Jameson and Ariana.
Okay. When you first had your first kid, how was your relationship with Ashley? Was it rocky?
Before or when we had?
When you had.
I want to hear before.
I guess,
and
yeah,
after.
both.
Dude, before we've been together for so
too
long.
long.
Yeah, too long. 21 years we've been together.
Wow.
That's over half
you
of
guys
our
were-
lives.
02?
We started dating, and
That's when I was born.
that's true.
Crazy.
We've been together as long as you've been alive.
That's crazy.
nuts, right?
That's
And
awesome.
I'm
I
only
wish I could say
I'm
I've been with
only
one girl.
15 years older than you, so not that much older. But
It's pretty old though.
and hey, it is old. But it's such an interesting question. I think by then the whole jealousy thing was done. I was very jealous in like high school, and it's
Yeah,
you're
pulled.
young,
You pulled-
hot-blooded.
Yeah.
you pulled something
Hormones
you
and-
shouldn't have. Like,
Exactly. I outkicked
Way
my
out of here.
coverage by a mile, and I knew that, and she didn't, which was fantastic. And
her.
but other men definitely knew that. So
Yeah.
I was very like jealous growing up with her or dating her. And then when we got married, I think everything was totally fine. We would go. I mean, we were definitely like partying with our friends, going out all the time, and then preggers.
nice.
And it's like, all right. And we've always been like 1 or 2 steps ahead of our friends. Like most people don't find their
Right.
spouse when they're 15 and like
Yeah.
whatever. We've always just unfortunately it's fortunate and unfortunate because sometimes we excluded ourselves because of we were having a baby and no one else was,
Yeah.
right? We bought a house and no one else was. Like so all these things were challenging but good. But yeah, so when we had Jameson, it was definitely a change. It's a shock for sure. Like you think you're ready.
Yeah.
I remember telling people because I still love playing video games, but I remember back then like that I did that probably every day would be my guess. I remember telling people like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like strap him to my chest and just game at night and he'll just fall asleep. And like
Super easy.
how stupid of an
yeah.
idea was that? Like I did it, but it's not it very rarely works out how it's supposed to, right?
Your KD goes down. It's
Yeah. Well, and back then I was like playing like Madden and NCAA and whatever. Halo.
yeah. Oh, System Link, Halo.
Halo's
Dude.
so good. But I don't know. The relationship has been through a lot of ups and downs. We've probably changed 4 or 5 different times as people. I mean, we went from 15 years old to now 36. We've experienced a lot of things together, personally and together, and so it seems like a lifetime ago. We talk about it all the time. We're just like living in Andover in our first house doesn't even seem like it was this lifetime. We're totally different people in a lot of ways.
The only reason I ask is because after Gene and I had Felix, it was like I kind of came to the realization of like, okay, I'm not in the spotlight anymore.
Right.
And I'm an only child also, so I think I've probably always felt like I'm, whether that's good or bad, but
You're the spotlight.
yeah, and I'm great. So
You
no,
are.
but
You're fantastic. Except you like frozen gummy worms.
Don't knock it till you
About
try
right for
it.
ya.
Yeah, thank you. But after Felix was born, it kind of changed the dynamic. And we came to find out really quickly, especially in the first 6 months, that, okay, we have to find time for Gene and I also. You know, we almost became at one point just like roommates taking care of a kid versus like still being, you know, romantic and, you know, going out and having date nights. And it was, that's the only reason I asked, because I feel like you and Ashley seem, at least from what I've seen and heard, have like an awesome relationship. I see your pictures on social media and you guys are really, I don't know.
In love.
Yeah, and like a lot of family time.
I've tricked her for many, many years.
He's actually
no, that's a good point. I don't know when we like figured that out. It's so hard to think about. It seriously seems like a lifetime ago. But like, we've always been, I don't want to say selfish, but maybe selfish is a good word. Selfish in a way where we like to have our time and we like to have fun together and stuff. And like, so it's never been like, we were blessed to have people that, you know, like her parents were always willing to watch Jameson.
Yeah.
My parents would help out every now and then, but like, if we needed to just a night out, like we had someone.
Yeah.
You know, where I know a lot of people don't. Like I talk to people all the time, like, we haven't gone on a date in 3 years. And I was just like, damn, make time, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? This is your life. Like, you can't just make it about your kids. And so I think early on it was like, I even say this to my kids, like they'll sass off to Ashley or something. And I'll say, hey, you don't speak to my wife like that. Like, it's not, you don't speak to your mom like that.
Yeah.
Because I want the kids to know, like, our relationship is super important, and we're not just mom and dad. Like, we have our own thing too, and we're not going to sacrifice everything just to be a mom and dad. Like, I think there's a balance that you have to have. And so I don't know exactly when that mindset happened, but I'm sure it was early on, because it's, you know, and in this industry, like, because I when Jameson was born, I got into real estate. So I've been in real estate, I mean, a little bit before that, technically. And it's just like, we have to be out mingling. We have to be with people. And so
I remember hearing early on, I think it was you're doing a podcast about eXp with TK. And I think you guys had mentioned having your wives involved in your work and having like a team. And, you know, because a lot of times I'll be here till late at night and I'll come here early in the morning. And I kind of tried to implement that into my own life with my fiance, and it helped a ton.
Like, so the reward system involving your spouse, your family, your kids in your business, to be like, hey, here's my goal. My goal is to sell 50 houses this year. We have a whole chart laid out, and we break up. Okay, I'm gonna save $300 from each transaction. So it was $15,000 or whatever that adds up to, and it was just like, we'd make a wish list, like a dream board. Like, what do we want to do this year? What do we want? Like, do you need new clothes? Do we need a car? Do we want to go on vacation? Do we want to spend all of our money on vacations? Do we need to improve the house? What do we want to do? So we'd make this list, and we'd narrow it down to $15,000 worth of stuff, essentially. And we'd chart it out and be like, okay, this going on a shopping spree for $1,000 a piece, we could do that after
that sounds fun.
6 or 7 transactions, right? So we just put it on there. And that helped. And then we would work and stuff for like the kids too. Like, I don't know. So the kids would really get excited when daddy was out closing a deal or showing a house, because I would remind them, like, hey, we're really close to going out for a big fun weekend at the Dells or something like that, you know? But don't get me wrong. We've had our issues. I mean, no marriage is perfect. There's been times where she's felt super neglected. There's been times where, you know, I post a photo of me at the office working late and she's offended by it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a balance. It's a dance. Like, so there's times where you got to run and you got to go and you got to just, hey, but I think if you're always communicating that, like, hey, I'm trying to build something for us right now, and like, I'll make it up to you. Just give me like a few weeks. I just got to go. Then I think you're okay. But I think early on, maybe I wasn't as good at communicating that. And it was always like, it was a burden, you know, to be like, I can't have you going to work, because she was working for a little bit when I was doing real estate. Like, I just can't have you going to work. I need you to watch the kids. Like,
Yeah.
I have to work. And so that was a challenge in itself, but there's no perfect system.
What do you mentioned like saving up and like,
Yeah.
like, oh, you're doing really well. Do you have like a list of things that you want to, eventually a house, but
we've broke it down. It was like the first 2 weeks. I wasn't even licensed. We
Yeah.
broke down what we were going to do, and I've stuck with that.
Yep.
yeah,
And it's, 30% goes to taxes always. 25
yeah.
goes to savings. Like,
fuckers.
I throw $200 to like a rewards file, kind of
Yep.
like you do. And that rewards file kind of just is going towards furniture right now, to
Yeah.
be honest. And this is something that I want to do, and I have to do for my own mental
Yeah.
well-being. I don't know if people know, but I'm moving out. I'm
It's
moving
sick.
next.
Yeah,
have
I'm
you
actually
seen
pretty
it?
excited about them.
When this podcast comes out, I'll be at my new place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I feel like I had a little bit of pushing him over the edge to get out.
he did.
Yeah.
I was like, when I went there and he told me the price, I was like, well, it looks like I'm staying at home for the next 2 years. And then I
Well,
talked to Tyler,
yeah.
and
You got to get a little independence and
I did. And
I mean,
that
it's-
was actually a really good conversation we had, and it helped
Yeah.
me a lot. So I appreciate that. This guy has helped me through so many things, and he doesn't even realize. So it's been a blessing
Yeah.
meeting you in my life, man.
Well, I think we all struggle with, at any time in our business, even when we're crushing it, like mindset and just, there's like, I think once a week as an entrepreneur, you're going to feel like you got kicked in the nuts. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not feeling that, you're just not pushing hard enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
You were just in a state where you needed a kick in the ass
I
to
did.
realize that you're a rock star and you're going to be fine. And
Thanks, man.
sometimes you just need to hear that from other people, because you can tell yourself that all day.
Yeah.
But when I get a standing ovation from all the people that are here, it does boost us up a little bit.
Yeah,
So-
for
Gotcha.
sure.
yeah. Do you feel like because your house is great and your parents
It's-
are awesome? Is it just you were comfortable? And not that you're 21, so it's not like it was.
It was more of like I was too comfortable at my house, where I am really fucking this up right now. I'm too comfortable at my house where I'm like, okay. I was telling Tyler this, like, someone tells me that, like, hey, let's go play golf. And I'm like, I look at my bank account, I look at my living situation, I'm like, fuck, I don't have to work today. I'll go
Right,
play golf.
right.
Like, I can't have that mentality this early on in my career. Like, I still need
Yeah.
to prove to myself and everyone around me that, like, I can kind of do this.
Yeah,
Like,
you got to
yeah.
deliver for probably like 2 years.
If not 5.
Not that you can't go have fun.
No,
Right.
but there's a right and there's a wrong time
Yeah.
for it. And I think being at home, I'm way too comfortable. And my mom and dad will be the first to say they're a terrible influence on me.
Yeah.
We'll sit at the fire till 2 a.m. drinking, and it's just like,
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't.
your parents
do that
They
right
love
now.
spending time with you.
Yeah.
And you guys kind of, you get along. You do all similar things. But yeah, sometimes, we all know. I think you're a direct result of the.
You can.
That's okay.
yeah. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine, Jake.
It's fine. Yeah, This is not offensive. The fans back there, they're probably annoyed you stood up and blocking their view of my feet.
Sorry.
That's better. I can move it now.
But
Sorry.
like, you have to surround yourself with people that, not that you don't want to be like your parents, not what I'm saying.
No,
but like,
I-
you want
I-
to surround yourself with the right people to push you and motivate you. And if I was in a comfortable position all the time, you're not growing. We talked about this.
Yeah.
That uncomfortable feeling is
You
the
need-
feeling of you growing.
Yeah.
And it's uncomfortable, but it's needed in this industry.
It is, and I think that's one of the reasons I was like, all right, it's time. Like, I need to do this. I need to get out, and I just need to be independent. I need to start being the person I want to be.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't like who I was before, but
Yeah.
I just need a change out of that. Living at home brings up of memories of what I was in high school and the people I had surrounded myself in high school that I don't have anymore, and I just got to get over that fact.
Yeah.
Not going to even name drop that one.
What up,
Give me
Emma?
one. Give me one name. Give me one name. Does it
I know
start
you're
with an
watching,
E?
Emma.
Does
Yeah,
it start with an E?
I saw her the other day.
I know at the
At
golf
the golf
course.
course.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw her?
Yeah,
Did you talk to her?
I did.
How'd it go? Did she hit you?
I wish. That would have been awesome.
The touch of a fist by Emma.
She would have been awesome. Why? Because she touched you?
Yeah, she's gorgeous, but It's okay. I'm going on a date tonight
With
Shout
Emma?
out
with Katie.
You should find another girl named Emma and then
No,
You'll be fine.
Katie.
Katie.
Katie's the new Emma.
Okay.
Katie's awesome.
Okay. Well, Katie, I'm looking forward to meeting you.
You'll meet her for sure.
Yeah.
You have to. You're like an uncle to me.
I'm like, I would say I'm a super hot older cousin.
Ooh,
Second?
Second cousin.
second
Yeah.
cousin.
I'll be a second
The
cousin.
hottest kind of cousin.
Duh.
It's the one you can kiss without regretting, right?
Yeah, I think you can kiss second cousins, right?
Can you Google it?
So one thing, I saw a video late last night, and it kind of plays into like the mindset piece that we were just talking about. So like this is a perspective that I try to like trick myself into all the time. And it was, I mean, it's a little extreme, but it was a video of a guy and he was sitting there just talking to the camera. And he was like, think about you're on your deathbed.
Okay.
You're laying there. You know, this is it. It's over. Your breath is shallow. You know any second you're going to take your last breath, and all of a sudden this white light enters the room, an angel comes down, and they give you one opportunity to go back to this moment right now and live out your life again. Would you doubt yourself as much as you are now? Would you not take the chances that you aren't taking? Would you, be complacent, or would you say fuck it and not care what anybody else thinks and do what you ultimately want to do that makes you happy? And like when you hear, I have a lot of these different like videos and things that I see sometimes, and when you hear it like that, because that day is going to be there for every single one of us, unfortunately. We'll be laying there.
July 25th, 2027.
Couple more years.
Yeah. But like it's like we have this amazing opportunity to just like go after everything we want right now, and like and don't worry about the consequences. Like, hey, you're going to fail at things. That's fine.
You'll figure it out.
But yeah, it's the worst case scenario is you just start anew, right? Like You're not going to, it's not like you're going to
Die.
be homeless on the side of the road. This is not going to happen. Like you're resourceful. So I don't know. I think mindset is the most important thing in life, and especially in business.
Yeah.
Like
No,
if
I
you
agree.
show me someone's mindset, and I'll tell you if they're going to be successful or not.
I agree. That got deep.
Yeah. Sorry to go super deep.
No. I wanted to piggyback off that.
Are we sticking deep?
Yeah, I wanted to. Well, I was gonna.
Can Brady go this deep?
I was gonna.
Nope.
I was gonna talk about like how did you get into the business and stuff, and we can still talk about that, but kind of going off of
What, in
mindset.
1902 when I got in the business?
I thought it was 1802. Fucking dinosaur.
What do you think of when you're alone? What like when you're?
I don't know if I can say that on the podcast.
Yeah. Well, like I mean,
Kate Upton, Riley Reid.
like
Actually, okay, let's throw this out there. Let's throw this out there right now. I am not a Kate Upton fan.
whoa.
But I mean, okay, is she attractive? Yes. We got it, okay? Let's get that out of the way. I'm not blind.
Kate
Okay.
Upton.
But Kate Upton, like, she's just not my thing. You want to know why?
Kate Upton.
Not into blondes?
Because I'm an ass man.
Oh, she's got
Kate
some tits,
Upton
though.
is.
Got some.
Dude, you can't tell me she's not hot.
No, she's
She's just not your type.
She's hot. Okay, she's hot. But people are like, she's
an
my
ass
number
guy.
one. I'm like, nah.
I don't know if she's my number
No,
one.
not number one.
So, I mean, my number one's obviously my wife, but
Nice recovery.
There's
There
other-
you go.
there's
Love you,
there's
babe.
others on the list.
Yeah.
I know who her number one is.
Tyler.
No, it's you ever seen Vampire Diaries?
Yep.
No, I've heard of it though.
It's actually okay. We're gonna go into.
Okay, hold on. I already know what you're gonna say. I already know what you're gonna say. What are the brothers?
Is the blonde long haired? Is it? Am I thinking of the right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think you're thinking of Twilight.
No, but it's like Twilight.
Yeah, Vampire Diaries. There's, I can't remember the freaking names. His name is Ian Somerhalder.
Okay.
My wife would leave me for Ian Somerhalder.
Really?
What?
And I don't blame her because
Come
he is
on.
dreamy.
Okay. So,
Say it
Vampire
again.
Diaries.
Ian Summer.
Ian Somerhalder.
I kind of want to see this.
He's Damon. I think is his name. No, is that in the show?
Go to pictures, dude.
He's okay.
She's a sucker for blue eyes.
You have blue eyes.
What up,
then.
Ashley?
How you doing, girl? That's all you really need to get on our
I
list.
don't know.
He's handsome.
Would you?
How many
Would you
beers?
change? 2.
Water. Anyways, what were you gonna say about Vampire Diaries?
So in college, we would make a list. Like, what was like the number one show? Like, what have you had sex to watching? This
I knew
show
you were
the
gonna
most?
go here.
Office.
Dude.
The Office.
Yeah, or Friends.
Like, Vampire Diaries is up there. SpongeBob is up there. Cars.
I don't know if I could with.
Vampire Diaries is like a very sexual show.
Yeah.
It's a good one if you're turning it on for that reason.
Yeah,
Well, it was
Like,
just
it-
like
you know,
sets the mood.
it
I'd be at-
does.
yeah.
There's
I'd
all,
be at
like it's
college.
vampires, but then there's also like Ian
Sex.
Somerhalder
It's dangerous and
what's the girl in there? The main.
I didn't watch.
What is
it,
her
dude.
name?
Like, I saw it on the background.
My wife's
I never
gonna punch
watched
me.
it.
You don't have to be embarrassed, Brady. It's okay.
No, it would be on.
It was on in
and-
the background, and I just happened to watch it.
I was doing other things when it was on. It didn't
I
matter.
was working out, and my girl was watching it.
It was just like the show that you.
He always had to fast forward to the scene with Ian Somerhalder
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all been
to
there,
wrap
man.
it up. Anyway, sorry.
30
I don't know
seconds later,
what
it's
how we
done.
even got on
Let's
that.
go to word association. You ever
Oh
done
yeah,
that?
yeah.
I haven't done word association.
Do you know
I'm
what it is?
Well, you say
So-
a word and then I say what I
First
first
thing
think
that
of.
comes to your head. Yeah.
got
So
it.
it's kind of
Does
like
it
a
have to be
segment.
one word?
Doesn't
think so?
like that. He thinks so.
Yeah.
It could be like a short sentence. Call it like 5 words max.
Got it.
If it's 6 words, it's okay. But 7,
If I say 7, are you throwing
draw
me
the
out?
line.
I got a
6.
knife on me, so we're ready.
All right,
I
I'll
just
keep
cut
it to
a tick
6.
with it, so watch out.
We want a haiku for every word.
All right.
You got some words too?
I
right?
don't.
Okay, awesome. You got some.
This is your segment.
Okay, you ready? Family.
Love.
That was a good answer.
really
yeah.
good.
Money.
More.
Okay, all right.
Am I doing good so far?
Not bad. Not bad.
Real estate.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
All right.
No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
First thing that comes,
real
right?
estate.
Real estate.
My dad. I don't know why.
Makes sense.
But
I mean,
yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Is that really the next one?
No, I'm running out.
Okay. My dad.
Fair enough. Kids.
Life changing.
That's a good answer.
That is a good one.
Kayla.
Oh man, like have to have. What's the word for like need to have or have to
Superhero?
have?
Important.
Need?
No. Let me think of a better word.
Imperative or
Imperative.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably a good one.
Wow, that's a good word. Tyler Miller team.
Dominant.
Ooh, that has a lot of
that's
a lot of
good.
oomph to it.
I got chills. That's a good one.
I'm erect.
I am 75 hard
I
right
should have
now.
said erect.
Yeah.
EXP.
Greatest business model in real estate.
Let's go.
NSA.
Unbelievable amount of support and value. Was that 7 words? Shit.
Sure. I don't know.
No, 6.
Ask me how much money I've made in eXp stock in the last 48 hours.
I want to know this because it's just fucking gone up.
Yeah, I don't know if you
I-
want to know.
I haven't even looked
I don't
at
know
mine.
if I want to know.
I haven't looked at mine.
Do you know?
I do know.
Oh, okay.
I
Do you want us
look
to
way
bleep
too
it?
often. Huh?
Do you want us to bleep it?
No, it's fine.
Okay, drop it.
I don't. Can I? I think I can. I think I can share it. But I mean, anybody that's watching, eXp. When you're a real estate agent at eXp,
Yep.
you can. I mean, anybody first off can purchase eXp stock. It's a publicly traded company, but you can purchase stock. They have a program where you purchase. Is it 5% of your commission goes towards buying stock at a 10% discount? And it's just like an
Such a
automated
great
program
deal.
that you can sign up for. You don't have to do it. I was like, well, I want to sign up for that. It's a forced savings, whatever.
Yep.
And then you also get stock awards based on
Performance, right?
performance. And then also like when I
Revenue.
someone else brought you in, but like if I sponsor someone,
Oh, yeah.
the company pays me a little bit of money. So anyways, I've been doing it now. September will be 2 years. And I don't know exactly how much I've put in, so that's not a good indicator of anything.
Can we get like a drum roll for the number that you've made in the last
put it in
48 hours?
post.
Yeah. But in the last 24 hours, the stock, just so everyone's aware, the stock has gone up 75% in the last 3 months. In the last 2 days, I think it's gone up like 25%.
What?
It's crazy. So when I looked, we are now in the last 24 hours up $70,000. I'm sorry, 48 hours. $70,000.
Jeez.
And that's the power of
A great fucking company.
a company that you don't have to participate in the stock. And yeah, you could own the stock yourself too, but it's like it's forcing me to do it because hey, I own part of the company in stock. So obviously I feel like I can make a difference, sell more houses, bring more good people to the company, whatever. It shot up because they got added to the S&P 600 small companies list or something because they're
Sweet.
I'm not a big stock guy, but their market cap is large enough now. They're like they have the largest market cap in the real estate space by far, other than Zillow. But Zillow's not
Zillow's
a company. I mean, they kind of are, but
Don't go off estimates, people.
yeah.
Estimates.
But I mean, anyways, that's the power of, and I mean, I'm not touching it. I'm gonna keep it
Diamond
for
hands.
10,
I'm
15
kinda-
years.
I haven't looked at it.
Don't look at
I'm
it.
weird. I don't know. Weirded out.
Should you look at it right now?
I don't know if I
Ooh,
can
that'd be a good
get
segment.
there. Should I?
Yeah.
Do you know how to get into it?
Yeah. Well, it's the new app, right? They changed the
Well-
platform. Because I have the Wondershare.
The ShareWorks.
Yeah.
Log into ShareWorks. It will still show you.
Will
the
it?
other
Let's
one.
find out. Think I know my password? Doubt it. Okay. Bunny.
Bunny is a word.
No, that's the word. Bunny.
Not something you kill and roast over your fire, you frickin' caveman.
Psycho.
That's more than 7 words.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, when Brady sees a bunny, he thinks snack.
Yeah.
They're an invasive species. We
Can
have
I
to get rid
can
of
I give
them.
you some words?
Yeah.
I don't have a list.
That's fine. I had 4 words on my list, so I did pretty good.
This is for both of you.
Oh gosh. All right.
Let me think. Minnesota.
Cold.
Lakes.
You said cold or gold?
Cold.
Cold. I
Not
agree.
gold.
Yeah.
Not gold.
Wife.
Love.
Non-existent.
Damn.
Let me be single.
Emma.
Brady.
Love of my life. No. I am over that, dude. We're over that.
You're not. You're not.
No,
What did
I
you say,
still
Jake?
am. Huh?
I said Brady.
Brady.
We talk about it every podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not over
I'm
it.
ready. I'm ready to make a transition. I'm
Yes.
I'm done with that, and I got to move on. And I really enjoy. Fuck, it's a Zillow call.
Take it on the air.
Yeah.
I'm ready to transition away from her and my past life. Moving out is going to help that, and just kind of
Yeah.
a new chapter in life. Let
I don't mean to
everything
keep bringing
go.
it up. It's
No,
just,
no,
it's
I
just
totally
like an
get it.
inside joke at this
I'm
point.
just like, Katie, like, don't worry about Emma. Like,
No, you don't need to worry about Emma.
But I will say, even if you're not over her, that's fine.
It is.
It takes a while, and I wasn't. I'm not going to say it.
I think there's a piece of you that never gets over
Yeah.
something like that. If you have a deep relationship with somebody, you'll move on and you'll love whoever you're with more than anyone you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be like, relationships leave scars sometimes, and it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
That's okay. That makes you. Don't hide from it.
Yeah.
What about, I had another one. Damn it.
I don't know my login.
Okay. Well, I bet you it's gone up at least 70% in the last 3 months.
I bet you're right.
That's fucking insane.
But yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I'm gonna look at it eventually.
So for those of you who are not
Can
at
we put
eXp,
the number? We'll put the number right here. This is how much I've made.
You have to let me know though.
Yeah, I will.
if you're not
I'm
at
just
eXp,
gonna let you guess. Just
Yeah.
put $1 billion.
$3 billion.
$3 billion. But yeah, if you're not at EXP,
What
you got to take a look at it. I mean,
You do.
is your brokerage?
I would say
doing
come
that
join
for
us
you.
next Monday, but this will be out the Monday after. So.
Gotcha.
Illuminati.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Like,
Conspiracies.
I kind of like conspiracies.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's
I'm
your
not a
favorite-
conspiracy theorist. My wife, like,
We're gonna get into
believes
this.
stuff. Okay, like she'll
Like-
send me stuff. I don't like.
Like-
It's usually related to like religion.
Egypt? Oh.
and like
okay.
you know, she's more religious than I am. Like she's stronger in her faith than I am. So she's always, I don't know how to describe it, but she falls victim to these things that are like someone made a video about this and then we actually like look into it and it didn't actually happen or like part of it happened and I'm just like I'm very much of a skeptic.
Yeah.
So that's why I like conspiracy theories because like I like to look at the other side of things too. Like I could see how that could happen,
Yeah.
but I don't like believe it.
You don't jump in head first without
No,
looking
I
into
always
it.
analyze both sides. Like when it comes to politics, whatever. Like I'm pretty even keeled until I determine that okay, I like what this person's saying or whatever.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Have to be real.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Have
Like
to
real,
be,
like
right?
dude, it's
Yeah.
infinite.
There's no
like,
chance
yeah.
we're the only living being like in the universe.
Do you think they visited though?
Do you think they built the pyramids?
Dude, the pyramids is a whole thing. I don't even know.
I think.
I
the-
just saw an article that they said that the pyramids might be like way bigger.
Then they're
like
like
we
the
can see.
Washington monument.
They're like so buried.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me. But like the pyramids, I've seen like Joe Rogan talk about this.
It's trippy.
It doesn't make any sense. Like
It's-
there's no
what
chance.
do they say?
Yeah.
That it's like even with our technology today, we couldn't make it as precise as they made
It's
them.
like exact.
It's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
they're-
crazy to me.
They're not even like within millimeters. Like it's.
I don't even
fucking perfect.
believe that they're real. Like
don't-
until I see them in person.
What's
Yeah.
that?
You know what I mean?
What's that one kid movie? They start at the pyramids and it's like the kid like goes up the stair and he jumps off, but it's actually a big like inflatable like, pyramid. You know what I'm talking about? Is it
It's the superhero family.
oh
no, it's Despicable Me.
It is Despicable Me.
Yeah.
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 The beginning of Despicable
That's probably
Me.
what will happen when I go there.
Yeah.
But no,
We should go.
the pyramids. I don't
Just
know.
doesn't
I-
make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't
they're-
know.
I
I
guess
don't know why
they were flat?
aliens would build the pyramids.
But there's pyramids all over. They just found a pyramid in Antarctica.
Yeah.
What?
A couple.
Did they
Yeah.
really?
There's pyramids
Like
like
pyramids like that?
Yeah.
Like big stones.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. I only saw aerial photos. I don't
Antarctica is weird.
know. That's another place.
I think there's like I don't know.
There's some shady shit in the world.
Yeah.
I can totally get on board with conspiracy theories. Like,
Yeah.
but I just always, I don't know. I'm too much of a skeptic. Like, I don't ever believe anything that
Too much
anyone
of a
says
snake.
ever.
What about what have been some of your biggest obstacles so far?
In life or business?
Actually, life. I'm more interested in life. I mean,
Oh.
obviously, you're.
Boy, I could write a book on that. I don't know, because okay, obstacles don't necessarily mean that they hurt me,
Yeah.
because I think it's made me stronger, like over the years. You know what I mean? Going through stuff, but like, obstacles in life.
I guess like biggest pivots you've had to make where you're like, oh shit. I gotta,
Yeah. Man, that's a good question. That's one that would have been good to send ahead of time.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, so I don't really remember, but I mean, parents getting divorced, I think, is obviously like,
How old were you when that happened?
dude, I don't know. I think like 7 or 8 or something.
Yeah.
That's a tough age though for that to go
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
You had a sister, right?
2 sisters.
2 sisters.
Yep.
Older.
Nope. I'm the oldest.
Both younger.
Yep.
And how was that being the oldest child in that situation? Did you feel like you had to kind of like
I grew up faster for
Yeah.
sure. It was magnified by the fact that my mom is an alcoholic and we were living with her. So, you know, I had to take care of my mom most time, you know.
and your 2 younger
And
sisters?
yeah, and like I don't necessarily remember like taking care of my sisters that often, but I definitely had to like shelter or like protect them from seeing certain things or whatever. But like I don't know. So I think I just had to grow up a little quicker. But I was still like a dumbass kid that I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. I had a great childhood, but it was definitely. I mean, I've seen some shit, man. That's for sure. So, I mean, that alone, just like the parental setup was, I guess, some of an obstacle. Like when my dad finally got custody of us when I was a senior in high school.
Damn.
And he lived in Rockford, which is out west. And I was going to Champlain. So that was an obstacle
That's
in
not
itself.
out west. Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not changing schools. Like
Your senior year.
I'm senior
That would
year.
suck.
We were, primed to have an amazing football team. I had so many great friends. Like
Huge football guy.
huge football guy. Yeah. One weightlifter of the year that year.
Wow.
Not because of how much I could lift, because let's be honest. But I showed up every day, worked my ass off.
Yeah.
Outworked everybody. I always say, be the obvious choice, right? Work harder than everybody in the room. This is what I've done my whole life.
It's good.
But
Nothing
like
wrong
that
with
would be that was definitely an obstacle. Of like, again, we were always like, I was always just like a few steps ahead of people, not in a good way, but just in a different part of my life, I feel, than my friends.
Sure.
And so, like, I don't know, just having to get up, drive to school every morning, 30 minutes. And then like, hey, like I want to hang out with you guys, but like, what do we? You know how high school people plan shit. There's no plan.
There's no
There's just
plan.
like we'll figure it out. We're just gonna hang maybe after dinner. We'll let you know. And I'm like, okay, but I have to drive.
I'm just gonna sit in the parking lot.
Yeah, I
Let
have
me
to
know.
drive 30 minutes home, and I got nowhere to go. So like, I don't know. There was that. I think there was a big transition when I remember around like 25 after we got out of college, and it was like we wanted to move on to certain things, and like, lost some friends along the way and stuff like that. So
As you should, though.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. I think everybody goes through that, but it always hits you like a ton of bricks in the moment. You're just like, why don't these guys want to hang out anymore, or why don't they have the same interests as me, or I don't know.
I get it.
You just
and that's
grow-
another
you grow
reason
apart.
why
Yeah.
I want to move
Right.
away.
Right. So yeah, I think between family and then just the friends part, there's been obstacles that have made me realize that, you're only going to end up having your close-knit people in your life. You don't I was Snow Prince for freshman year in high school.
Shit.
You're looking at the Snow Prince.
I didn't know we were in.
It's
You hear that, everybody?
Royalty. Yeah.
Damn.
You hear all the fans back there?
Yeah.
They're
Quiet,
they're
quiet. Sit down.
they're actually all getting palms to wave on me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The palm leaves and feed me grapes. But I was very popular in high school, right?
Flex?
Not
Quit
to
bragging.
not to
Jeez.
flex. I'm not saying it's
Humility
like
alert.
a good thing necessarily. But I was, I had a lot of friends, whatever. And then to kind of whittle that down over the years to I probably have 3 friends right now.
Yeah.
That I actually, other than my team members, that's
Yeah,
different.
that is.
But
You have
3
to be
friends
friends
in
with
my
us.
personal life that I actually want to see.
Dude, that's
TK.
being in your
Let's see.
30s.
TK.
TK for sure. I'm probably gonna leave someone out, and I'm gonna feel bad.
Oh, shit.
But yeah,
Schulten?
TK for sure. I love the Schultens. Man, I have the Schonekers. We don't see them that often, but they're great people. I mean, whenever I get together with Mikey, that's always fun
I was gonna say
too.
Mike, yeah.
I know there's more people. There's a lot of people that I hang out
You
with.
hang out with a lot of people.
But
and your team members, you and me will hang out,
Right.
and it doesn't feel like work.
yeah, I guess I don't have enough time to have super impactful relationships with everybody, right?
You can't.
It's just not possible, especially when we're trying to do all the things we're doing with family and team and
Business and grow a business
Yeah.
and build a podcast studio.
coming
So
soon.
sick.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's been a lot of I don't know if it's obstacles or just things that make me grow. And like I said, we've changed. We've been different people probably 3 or 4 or 5 different times since I met Ashley. So
For sure.
yeah, I don't know if that was answering the question or not, but
No, it was. No, you talked about a lot of the stuff that you went through as a young man.
young lad. When I was
I
back
got a
when
question for both of you.
Yeah.
That I'm going to cut you off, Jake.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So my question for both you guys is, I am moving out of my house for the first time in my life, other than college, but that's completely different than what I'm doing now.
Yep. It's gonna be kind of the same.
in 6 days, right? And it's like when you guys did that for the first time, if you guys remember when you first officially moved out of your house, how was that transition? Like, how did that transition like make you guys feel? Because when I moved to college, I thought it was going to be completely different, and I feel like I was so just like right into golf and like working so hard that I never even realized I moved out of my house until I was like back home, and I was like, I don't even remember what happened the last 9 months. Like, I'm wondering if it's going to be something similar to what I felt at college, or is it going to be like, am I going to get homesick unlike I did at college? Like, I want to know what you guys went through when you moved out.
Go ahead.
I moved out with a girl when I was 18. I guess besides that, like the biggest thing I noticed was I needed more accountability for myself. I needed to, and it got lonely at times, and it's just a huge change, and it's just uncomfortable. But I was in a weird spot where I wasn't making that much money. I was barely making ends meet, and so you're kind of in a different situation where you're doing well.
Flex.
Yeah. And I feel like your parents they're cool, and they're not like hovering over you all the time and being like, oh, you need to do this. And
Until
Are they
yesterday.
behind it? Are they behind the move?
They weren't at first.
Okay. What was their reasoning?
Why are you going to go throw away money when you could live here for free? And then kind of explaining that, like, well, here's why I want to move. I need to get like a mental block out of my life that I feel like I have, even though it's probably not even a fucking mental block, but I keep telling myself
It obviously is.
So I need to.
It's real if you make it real.
I need to get over that, and I need to get out here. I have such a great potential clients all around me that I'm living by. I'm in a really good area. I'm closer to work. I'm not going to be spending much on gas, breaking down my car, like doing all these things. Like it's time for me to make that move.
Yep.
And once I explained that to them, they were understanding, and they're supportive, and they always have been, and they always will be.
don't isolate also. You're
And I
gonna
don't
be
think
living by yourself.
And I don't think I will, because I'm surrounded by such a good team and a team leader where I'm always at the office with people. And I mean, one of the reasons I'm moving to the place I am is because I want to network within my community in that, complex.
Yeah. I know there's times like when I finally got my own place in St. Paul.
I'm 4 minutes away from you.
Yeah.
So.
But I was just going to say, like, there was times where I get the worst, like, seasonal depression, and I just, poor me, and this sucks, and why?
Dude, the winter is brutal, though.
So bad.
Like, it's so bad, dude.
And I would just, I would come home and have the best intention on going out and socializing, but I'd just sit there and be like, this sucks. I need to isolate, throw on a couple sad YouTube videos, watching
sad
soldiers.
talks.
Watching soldiers coming home to their dogs. I'm just like, this is what I'm doing tonight. No, but I mean, isolation is always like hard for me.
Yeah.
Or not good for me, but I feel like I don't know. We're different.
I'm a social butterfly, some may say.
Yeah.
Fly, little butterfly.
What about you, though? I want to hear.
I shouldn't say I've never lived on my own, because sophomore year of college, I got my own room. I didn't have a roommate at that point, but Ashley was at school at that point, so I was never like alone. So I guess I don't have like the best answer for you, but I do remember it's obviously like you're gonna be homesick probably for like, I remember that first week of college, I was just like, I miss being home, even though I was having a blast. Like I loved all the friends and stuff, but it's different. It's uncomfortable, right? You're going to be uncomfortable. It's going to feel weird for like a week.
But back
maybe
to that
two.
Point, you need to be uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Right?
Oh, it's the greatest thing I ever did was moving out, even though, hey, in like a perfect fantasy world, all my family lives in one giant mansion somewhere and we're all just having a fucking blast. But that's
no shot I could ever.
It's not going to.
No shot. Sorry, family.
It depends how big the mansion is, right? If it was 2 miles long, it'd be fine. But anyways, still not. But like, I think you're gonna be homesick if you just isolate and you don't start, and it will not be what you think it's going to be. It will be different in some way. That doesn't mean it's the wrong decision. It doesn't mean that you made a mistake. It just means that, this is a little bit different. Maybe I'm not meeting as many people as I thought I would right away, or whatever. Like, and that's okay. But 1,000%, it's the right decision. Because you can't live at home forever, and it's going to push you to not make as many excuses for yourself,
Yep.
not feel as bad for yourself for whatever situation you're in from the memories and the emotions that your house brings you, whether they're comforting or not. It's going to shake it up, and you have this chance to like wipe the slate clean and just, now I'm Brady who lives on my own. What does this guy fucking do every day?
Yeah.
And I can tell you what, he sells a
Sells
shit ton of houses, and he's going to rival the popularity of the Snow Prince of Champlain Park
Yeah.
back when I went there, which was me.
And just you're gonna have a lot of strangers too. It's
Yeah.
an apartment, so
Oh, yeah.
there's people that are gonna be cooking shitty smelling food sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Maybe have a loud neighbor or stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, there's going to be some things that you don't love, but it's a temporary. This is not your final destination. This
Right.
is just
No.
a stepping stone to get where you want to be. Like, we bought a foreclosure house that had mold in the basement, our first house. Like, that wasn't our
kinda
dream
hot.
home.
Yeah.
It was probably one of the best investments we ever made because it was $113,000 when we bought it back in 2009. Yeah, right? Wouldn't that be nice?
Fuck.
Flipped it. Didn't even know we were flipping it, but we just flipped it and then sold it. But anyways, my point is that wasn't where we wanted to be. We actually looked at that house 3 times and we were like, fuck no. I tried
Every
to get
time?
one of my other friends to buy it.
Oh.
And he was like, no.
And then you're just
And then
like,
my dad's
fuck
like,
it.
you need to go look at this house again. You need to buy it. Because we were looking at just
Is
shit.
your dad a
dude.
realtor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
why. Okay.
he has his license. He sells maybe a couple houses every year, but he's been a manager for Edina Realty for forever, essentially.
Is there like ever? Do you guys ever butt heads about eXp versus Edina Realty?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and not so much right now. Like at this, he's accepted
Yeah.
what has happened, but
you're
yeah,
winning, he's
yeah.
not.
Again, I could write a whole book on just that transition from
Yeah.
the 2-3 year journey of moving from Edina Realty to EXP. But anyways, that's a tale for another time. Save that for my podcast.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I know. I think you're gonna have mixed emotions, but at the end of the day, just focus on the things that you can control and have fun, dude. Like
I'm actually
fun.
really excited. Like
I would be pumped if I was you, dude.
literally
That sounds
every-
amazing.
every day I
Sick,
wake
too.
up, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm one day closer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But it's gonna let you down,
oh, 100%.
right? It's not gonna be what you're thinking in your mind,
No.
and that's okay. But it's still gonna be awesome, and you
Yeah.
just have to roll with the punches, and just know that it is gonna motivate you to
sell houses.
work harder, which is what you need right now. Not that you aren't working hard, but any little push helps.
Yeah. I think low expectations is like the key to life, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good
keep
point.
them low, and then hopefully it'll far exceed what you thought.
Well,
Yeah.
let's ask you another question, Tyler. We're gonna go a little deep here. I want you to ask this question. Jake.
Deeper than what we have been.
Do you? Okay. This question's from Jake.
I think yeah. Is it
Yeah. Yep. That's the one.
okay? When is the last time you cried?
Oh, the last time I cried.
Do you cry often?
I'm pretty emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any weakness in shedding
No,
tears.
not at all.
I
I
have
love
no
crying.
problem with that.
Is that weird?
No, I think crying is a good release at times. Like, okay, so there's like cry, like ugly sob cry.
Like tear up. I tear up a lot.
I teared up.
I tear up. I
yesterday.
tear up all the time. I watch a
Yeah.
video and I tear up.
Dude.
Honestly, what we were watching.
Turn up right
we were
now.
watching. We were watching Titanic. With I let the kids watch the back half of Titanic. It was on TV.
She
We
could have
turned
fit
it
him on the raft
right.
easily.
But like
I don't know if I've ever watched it.
we were watching that, and it was the scene where he puts Rose on the lifeboat, and then at the very bottom she jumps off and gets back on the Titanic and runs up, and they hug or whatever.
Oh.
I'm sitting there in my chair, my kids are on the couch,
Yeah.
my wife's watching, and I'm just sitting there like, like holding it in because I'm just like I didn't want the kids to be like, "What's wrong?"
Yeah.
But like I don't know. That was probably the last time. That was like 3 days ago. But it's so funny. Like I'll start to tear up, and I'll just like glance at my wife, and she's already crying.
Oh.
Like any time that I'm teared up, she's done.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was like more like just a fun thing. Like
Yeah,
watching
you're
watching a
encapsulated
movie.
inside the
Cried. I think I probably shed a tear or two in church, like in the last month, just
moved by
a song
something.
that they were
Yeah.
singing or something, some thought I had crossed my mind. It's very emotional. Like when you, I go to Eagle Brook Church, which is a Christian church, and they have very like big like performances and shows they put on, and it's very different than what I grew up going to. But like,
Where is the Eagle?
Eagle Brook? It's like there's like 9 different campuses throughout the Twin Cities.
Okay.
Which one do you go to?
I go to Blaine.
Blaine, okay.
You live in
know.
Champlin?
Yeah.
There's one in like Anoka.
There's plenty right around you.
Yeah.
And it's pretty, they do a really good job of relating whatever message they're trying to teach back to today's times versus like I grew up Roman Catholic and it was reading from the Bible and whatever, it's fine. But there was no, like, if you made a noise in Roman Catholic Church, my dad would be like, shut the fuck up. Like, you don't.
probably not saying shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh, he said it with his eyes.
Yeah.
Like, he said that, like, he would bring Cheerios and coloring crayons and all this stuff for us just to sit there and
Services
shut
are
up.
so long.
It was so long, and then the kneeling and whatever.
Honey
that's
Nut
fine.
Cheerios or just like
Probably regular.
Gross.
I mean, I love Honey Nut,
basically a
but I'm
vegetable.
sure he was
That
just
is-
like, fucking eat the regular Cheerios and shut up.
Yeah. Damn. that
But
blows.
anyways, so like now when you go to this church, like noise is encouraged and like you're literally at like a rock concert. It's crazy. The first time I went there, I was like, this is wrong. Like I can't.
Guys are all going
I
to hell.
can't. I can't. I was like, this is like. I walked in. It was like like a mall, and it had a giving kiosk, like an ATM to give to tithe and give money. And I'm like, that's wrong. I don't like this. And then like it grew on me, and now I love it. But anyways,
That's awesome.
if you ever want to attend, I would say that you'll be welcomed, and it's amazing. And they don't push like any sort of crazy views or anything. They just are there to. They look at themselves as like a hospital for the sick. Like
That's cool.
It's not for the perfect people. It's for the sick to come and get better. And,
Nice.
But yeah, I'm sure there was definitely recently where it just hit me with something. I was like, oh shit. Because I'm singing too. I'll
What's-
sing and like, there's just always a
Feel it.
I've always said this to my wife. I feel like I feel music differently than most people. Like I really
Feel it in your dick,
love
don't you?
music.
Heart
I
boners.
feel it down in my loins.
He's in church. It's like, sir, you're erect right now.
Some pleats in the pants. Milk was a bad choice. No, but yeah, I when you pair music with like faith, like that, it gets me all sorts of emotional. So
When's the last time you ugly cried?
what is going on with my arm here? It's like, is this tighten it?
Yeah, there's every joint has a little. Is it,
Sorry, malfunction. I think we're good now. This thing's like up in my face now, though. It wasn't here before.
I don't know.
There you
Here we go. We're good.
All right.
We got it. We figured it out.
When's the last time you ugly cried?
Oh shit, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been long enough. Whatever it was.
That's good though.
I don't know. We've dealt with a lot of stuff recently, but I don't know if I've like ugly cried from
Yeah.
it. I've definitely like had downs though. You know what I mean? Like just shit. And so I think it's pretty common. Everybody goes through stuff. What about you guys?
Last time what?
Last time you ugly cried? When you realized that you weren't Snow Prince material?
Probably when like me and Emma like last saw each other before she went to college, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
after like we hugged and like we drove away from each other and that drive home was brutal.
Yeah.
Like I'm tearing up right now thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was
Dude,
like
love?
it hit me
Ugh.
different where I was like that's probably the last time like I'm ever going to like show my affection to her.
affectionately be with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. I remember when I was, this was right before Ashley, I dated someone else named Jamie.
That's
For, like,
weird.
What's up,
Wait,
Jamie?
Right. Isn't that weird? I was like 14.
Your kid's name is Jamie.
I know, but Jameson is his name.
Okay.
This isn't This isn't Jamie.
It's a little weird, I feel like.
Homage to.
I didn't actually
your
put those
ex?
two and two together till now. Jameson is his name, not Jamie. But his nickname is Jamie. Anyways, I remember when we broke up, she cheated on me.
It's tough, man.
At like 14. Like, think about that. And I remember at that moment, we like broke up. I went home and I immediately was just like so emotional, called her, was begging to like get back together. I remember being in the front yard, like screaming on the phone, like crying, like, you know, can't believe you do this to me, but like, we need to work this out, you know.
Yeah.
Love is tough, dude. Like,
Dude,
especially
brutal.
when you're like younger. Like,
Dude, it sets the tone for the rest of your relationships.
Yeah.
It's hard to get over that.
Yeah.
I remember when Emma was doing that to me, like crying, like just being like, "How could you do that to
Yeah.
me?" But like, how can we make this work still? And it's just like,
it's the worst.
I can't believe I could ever make somebody feel that way.
Yeah.
I think that was
Yeah.
one of the hardest things for me to get over. Was like, I made someone just feel
Yeah.
that bad.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that everything you say and do does matter.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Even the little things.
Yeah.
And in marriage, it's like the little things matter even more sometimes. There's not many
Yeah.
big things. Like, there's whatever. There's big things, but there's not many. It's like all the little things that add up.
Dude,
after a while.
yeah, you're 100% right. The
Was it-
other day I packed up a like little lunch for Jean, my fiance, and I put like a little post-it note underneath that said like, "I love you, babe." And it was like posted all over social media.
It was the best.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, I'm great." But it was just
when's the last time you ugly cried?
Right before having me on this podcast, you're like, oh my God, Tyler.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Wait, and I'll show you what he said.
probably because
I got a video. This is what he said. How he said it.
What?
I'm gonna
Me?
play. Yeah, this is when I told you Tyler was coming on the podcast. This is what you sounded like.
Oh my God, Tyler.
What is that from?
From Brady's
from a night.
Snapchat.
Oh, okay. I feel like I've seen it, or you showed me. It or
I've
something.
probably showed it to you. I'm not gonna name drop.
Probably like when my cousin died.
When was that?
5 months ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
It's okay.
It's tough.
Yeah, we were really close growing up, and then he just randomly died from a brain tumor that he didn't know he had. Like, just
Wow.
collapsed at his house in California, and he was always like the genius musician, like best kid. Even though he was a little younger than me, but I always kind of like looked up to him. But he looked up to me, but I always kind of looked up to him because I always like will pick up a hobby and, you know, I'll get sick of it, and he'll pick up something and master it and be patient and like really. So that sucked a lot, to say the least. And yeah, but I can only ugly cry like by myself. Like, I remember I was working out, a sad song came on. It was like a Billy Joel song, Vienna, and oh, dude,
Just lost it.
oh,
See, it's the music. Get
dude,
you.
I was just, for like an hour straight, I was just like, I don't know. And I felt so bad for his sisters and his mom. And then I'm thinking of Felix, like, oh my God, if I ever lost Felix, like,
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine what she's going through. It was
Yeah.
just heart-wrenching. But anyways,
I know you don't have a pet.
Kids?
Do you have a pet?
Oh.
I have a cat, Darwin.
Okay. So that
Oh, don't.
will be your ugliest cry.
I've had a cat. My childhood cat died.
Pass away?
Or we had to put him down.
Okay.
And it was fucking
It's- That is brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal. And I know someone on our team, Kayla, just had
A reptile.
had her reptile like lizard, I think.
Yeah.
Rider?
Pass away last night.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine. Kayla, I hope you're feeling better at this point when the podcast drops. Hopefully you will be. But
she's gonna be on the podcast next.
is she?
Yeah, she's
Bringing her
bringing
snakes.
snakes.
Oh, it's
Or snake.
awesome. Well, there is no harder. I mean, I've had lots of stuff happen to me over the years. Lots of things, and like that was by far the hardest thing
Yeah.
that I've ever had to do. Carrying
Oh, dude.
Diesel, my first dog that passed away, out to the car. I literally put him down. Again, it's the last moment you're going to see him. Because we had him put down in our house.
Yeah.
They,
See, that's the way to do it
They
if you can
came
afford
right
it.
in front. It was only like it wasn't that much more expensive. It was, and he was in his bed right in front of the fireplace. We were all there holding him while it happened, and then I had to carry him out, put him down, walk inside. Like, you thank the lady for doing her job, right? You're trying to stay composed. I like closed the door and I fucking just collapsed. Like, I've never felt that amount of pain in my life. Like, I can't even describe it. So like, if you don't really want a dog, don't do it,
Dude.
because it is, one, it's a ton of work. I had 2. It was a ton of work, but it is so much to deal with when that happens.
So, I had a childhood dog, right? Till I went to college, and my mom called me like the first 2 weeks into college, and she's like, "Hey, we put Annika down. No emotion, nothing."
Right.
I was just like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, you weren't there.
And
At the
it was
moment.
it was like
A shock.
me looking back to it now. It's like I wasn't like even attached to anything at all in my life. Just broke up with Emma. Like,
Yeah, you were a little broken.
I was like, it didn't even fucking
You're
bother
like
me.
emotionally detached.
And it should have. Like, that was my dog since I was like 4.
Yeah.
It's different when it's your dog, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's different when you go pick the dog out,
Yeah.
you feed him every day, you deal with all the medical stuff you deal with. I mean, it's just a little bit different, but not that it still
Yeah.
wouldn't
I mean,
hurt.
I feel like after hearing that, I feel like it just shows that like I wasn't college was so different for me where I didn't even feel a thing.
My dog, my dad's dog, Rocky, we had him since I was 7, 6. I remember him being brought to us when my parents were still together. So it was like, I was like 6 or 7. He passed away too when I was in college. And like, it was sad, but it wasn't anything like
Yeah.
what I had to do, you know, because you're the one calling the shots. You got to put them down. You got to arrange it. You got to see it all happening. Like, the hardest part is making that decision, right? It's like, there's a time, you know, oh, I think he's got a little bit left, and then he'll like have a seizure. And you're just like, it's
tough.
brutal, and I will never, ever, ever have another dog again.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did it.
That's the only thing that's been stopping me. So I'm glad you reinforced that, because that's, yeah.
It honestly though, it's like a cat, whatever.
Whoa.
My cat.
No. No, if a cat passed away, it's sad. I'm just saying a cat, they take a little bit more care of themselves.
Oh, yeah.
You can
Oh,
leave them
yeah.
alone for
100%.
like, what, 3 days probably, and they're
Oh
fine.
yeah, my mom was a flight attendant. She was gone.
Okay.
So
A dog?
Yeah.
Dude, a dog is
like a
more
kid.
work than it's more work than a kid.
yeah.
And dude, think like all the poop you got to clean up, all the stuff. The lawn
You
looks
gotta do that with a
terrible.
kid.
It's so much work, and I love them to death. I'm so happy that we had them, but we got them both before we had kids. And then we added kids to the mix, and they just started to get neglected, and then you feel terrible
Yep.
because you're just like, well, I want to spend more time with these guys, but I like literally don't have any extra time. So you just get a little snuggle on the couch. They slept with us every night in their beds. That was great, but like that's kind of it. Like we weren't. I don't know. So it's a lot, and it's so funny. My wife is a animal lover. So anytime she sees Brady,
She just
she
doesn't
wants to
like
punch him because Brady wants to kill every animal. And but
lifestyles.
But even now, because like if it was up to her and my kids, they would have got another dog like very quickly after. And I was like, no, like never again. I'm not doing it. Talk to me when I'm 50, and we'll reevaluate. But no,
Getting
Yeah.
there.
yeah, it's only 1 year away. Jackass. But now it's so funny. Like she has totally flipped. She hears other dogs barking, and she's like, I fucking hate dogs.
Shut the fuck.
She's like once you detach yourself from the emotion of an animal and the love you feel for them, and then you look at your life and what you are actually wanting to do with it, it's not always taking care of this animal. And then like if you want to travel, and there's so much to it. So I'm very proud of my wife for
Good job, Ashley.
being on the I don't want another dog train. I don't want to say we don't hate dogs. We love dogs. If we see a dog, we go pet them. But
See ya. See you, Jake.
yeah. So
I have one more question, and then I don't know. We can probably wrap it up soon.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got to be getting hour and a half-ish.
Are you still? Oh, wait to say it in the mic. Are you still close with your mom at all?
So like Mother's Day was just recently, right?
Yeah.
We took her out to breakfast.
How's she doing? all things.
She's, I mean, for all the things she's been through in her life, I mean, the fact that she's still functioning and like can drive and all this stuff, like, I mean, she's doing good considering the stuff that she's gone through. She's been through 2 motorcycle accidents.
Oh my gosh.
One of them, she was intoxicated, the very first one. She was driving through the back of one of those big industrial commercial places that have semis. And so the semis back down into like the ramp, you know, to go into the thing. And she was on her motorcycle, which I was always never a fan of. For anybody who likes motorcycles, whatever. You guys are crazy.
Fuck.
I think they're a terrible idea for so many reasons. But anyways, get a fucking Corvette. Get a convertible.
Yeah.
Crotch got it.
No. But she was driving and it was nighttime. They were all drinking and fucking just went down in this thing and the motorcycle fell on her.
Oh my god.
And so she was in a coma for, I don't even know how long. Again, I was younger. I was like 10 or something. I think she was in a coma for like 3 weeks. Wow. She had to end up getting a hole cut here so she could breathe. And then she has some brain damage from that. I don't know the extent of it, but she has some. And then, whatever. She got better. Took a long time. And then she was riding a motorcycle again, like years later, had a seizure while riding the motorcycle from her initial brain injury. Crashed, broke her leg. It was like right by where you're going to live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like right in there. There was like
169.
Yeah. And so she's been through a lot. Self-inflicted. You know, it's no one did it to her. So, you know, and then she had cancer. She battled cancer.
Jeez.
And then she's drank herself, you know, silly every day for probably 40 years.
Yeah.
So like
It's 5 a.m. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is that what was that alarm?
My birth control.
Yeah.
But she's been through a lot. So given all that, yes, she's fine. We've tried to help her a bunch of times. My sisters, they lived in California when they went to college and all that stuff. So I was always the one here having to deal with all of the miscellaneous. My mom also went to prison. She has been in lots of domestic abusive situations. She has not had one good man in her life ever other than my dad.
I was just going to say, so Kevin's just
That's
an asshole? Or?
No, he was fine. But I mean, back then, I mean, who knows? Maybe he wasn't he was kind of a hothead, you know, back then. And like we all are in our 30s and 40s or whatever. But as he got older, he started to tame it down a bit. But,
Kevin's your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you know, they split up because she wouldn't stop partying, like just constantly drinking. And I'm sure there was more to it than that. But anyways, I've seen my mom. I don't know if I should say this one.
We can bleep
but I can bleep it out.
Yeah. Oh, that's different.
So, seen a lot with her, and so given all of the things, she's doing pretty good. I mean, for the most part. And I try to have a relationship with her, but I also know that I can't. It's not a normal mother-son relationship.
You almost have to be a little bit detached so you don't get hurt.
Yeah, like I didn't. You know, this might be a regret of mine, but I like for when we got married, I didn't do like a son-mother dance.
Yeah,
that type of stuff. You know, she's just broken a lot of trust and things over the years where, like, she was staying with us while she had cancer. She didn't have a place to go, so she was staying with us, and then she got cancer. She stayed with us a few times. We've thrown her out multiple times. We've stacked a whole pile of her clothes in the front yard in our Andover house because we found alcohol in the house, and that was their one rule, like, do not drink here. So, but then in our next house, she stayed with us while she had cancer, and we took care of her and stuff, and then she needed a place to stay for a little longer, and then we found alcohol again. And it's just like, so that was like, that moment, this was probably like 5 years ago, that moment I was just like, we're done.
Draw the line.
We're done.
Do you think that's helped your relationship with your wife I know you said your parents got divorced when you're 7, roughly.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7, 8.
Do you think? Because my parents got divorced when I was 3, and I knew what that did to me. Having my parents,
Yeah.
my mom would talk shit about my dad would talk shit about my mom. I was in the middle trying to play both sides.
Yep.
Has that kind of solidified your mindset of like, okay, whatever happens, I got to work this through with my wife for my kids' sake, and just not.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people give up so easily when it comes to relationships these
It's like
days.
the stay together for the kids syndrome. I definitely think that we try to go about things in a way where it's like protecting the kids. Like
Sure.
if we're arguing about something or whatever, we try not like heck to do it in front of the kids. Because everybody argues, right?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's helped. It's just, I think all those things that I've dealt with forever in my life have just unfortunately made me less emotional at times, where
Yeah.
I'm just I don't get bothered by a ton of stuff. Like
little more callous.
really, because I'm just like, whatever, I've dealt with so much, like whatever, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter to me. So I think that sometimes that's hard for my wife because I'm not as like,
Emotionally available.
tell
or-
me more about like that, because like I just have dealt with it and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like shit happens. Let's get better every day and move, like, the business mindset, which isn't always relatable. But yeah, overall, I think experiencing a divorce and seeing other friends of ours get divorced and seeing what that does to them, it's like, that's not an option. Like
Yeah.
we can't do that. We got to work this out, So just being brutally honest with each other at all times to try to help each other get better or let them know like how they can help each other is super important, I think.
Last question. How do you want to be remembered?
First and foremost,
Sorry.
I think
I promise last question.
first and foremost, I think I want to be remembered as somebody who was always there for anybody.
Yeah.
Like just try to like actually looked at as somebody who cared about other people. Because I think there's lots of people that tend to think they're doing that, but they aren't. They're just, I don't know, they're doing it for different reasons.
Yeah.
Somebody who worked harder than everybody else, and lived their life to the fullest, as cliche as that is, but and had their priorities straight. Never neglected the things in life that actually matter.
Yeah.
And that could be family, it could be relationships, it could be business partnerships, whatever that is at that moment, but trying to just not be so absorbed with, I got to be the best or I have to be number one all the time. Like I think it's just, there's more to life than that. And I'll leave the podcast with this. I've been thinking about this recently. Like, I think we all have different games we're playing in our lives at different times.
Conspiracy or
No. Like, for example, your goal right now, Brady, is
Yes.
to sell the most houses known to mankind, probably.
probably
Right.
yeah. Yeah, you nailed it.
I'm not playing that game anymore. We're playing two totally different games. And so I think,
Two completely different lives, though.
yeah,
Two, right? Like
yeah, but I could still be playing
time-
that game.
time
I could still be
frames,
playing
yeah.
the game. I could be beating myself up every day that I don't sell 100 houses a year. I could. And not that I couldn't do it, but I'm not playing that game right now. I'm playing a different level.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's a better level. It's just a different game. And I think if people can realize that they're not playing the same game as everybody else, everybody has their own game, then that's where you can find happiness. You know what I mean? Like if you're not constantly comparing yourself to somebody else, because to sell 100 houses means there are other things in your life you're not going to do, because we all have 24 hours in a day, right? You may not have as deep a relationship with people. You may not have the best health and fitness. You may not have the best mindset, but you're going to have a shit ton of money, right? And that's a game I played for a long time. I loved that game. That was a fun fucking game. And that's a great game to play, by the way, because you can do lots of stuff with it. But at some point, the game's going to change for you, and it changes for everybody. And you just have to like stop robbing yourself of joy by comparing yourself to people playing totally different games.
For sure.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, makes a lot
It
of
was
sense.
kind of a ramble, but
No, that made
No,
a
I
lot of
love
sense.
that.
we're all playing different games, man. It's just you can't like, oh, I got an award for good for you, I guess. Like for
Build some
you,
more
you
houses.
won that game, but for me, I wasn't playing that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's end with a joke.
Okay.
Got a joke for you.
I think it already ended. I mean, we still have audio, but
Nah, fuck it.
thanks
You
for
wanna
watching,
hear it
everybody.
anyway?
No, I want to hear the joke. Just
Yeah.
for
What-
the
yeah.
people listening to the podcast.
real ones who are
the
staying for the
real
audio.
ones.
Okay, what's the difference between a light bulb and a pregnant woman?
I don't know what.
You can unscrew a light bulb.
That's very
See you guys.
true.
Thanks.
Do-do.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Hey,
See
thanks
you
for
next
having me,
week.
guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Thank you, T-Money.
See you guys.